We're not gonna do the ad read for. We're not gonna do the ad read for what's it called? Stream Beats, because
Yes.
Millionaire Sound, because in its place, Millionaire Sound has the entire Who Wants to Be a Millionaire soundtrack available.
Yeah.
So go check out that YouTube channel. Will be the replacement there. And
Okay,
we're
wait, but,
also we're also not gonna do an only show joke, because I have an intro that goes to the Who Wants to Be a Millionaire theme.
Would it just start the intro with the only show that, and then just go into the like it was nothing, like it's not weird at all.
Incredible. Well, because I need to share sound, advanced,
Yes.
share sound. Okay, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Can you hear me twice?
No.
Okay. Let me just run this intro by you, because this will be the intro. Oh, all of our mics are on. Ignore everything we've been talking about in this intro. Check out the ad. Today, you all witness the return of a Titan, a previous champion of our show, come once again to test his mental mettle in our arena of trivial bullshit. Will he be the head honcho of the next episode of the Dapper Ds, or will he fall like the others have before him? This is Who Wants to Be a Dapper Millionaire? Welcome everyone, welcome. I'm so happy to have you here again. Today, I have with me our next contestant. He hails from places far and wide, and he is here today to prove his wit. Okay, that's enough. He is here today to once again pull an episode, once again to compete in an episode to test his wits of our channel and his glory. Say hello, everyone, to Dadley Jenkins, ladies and gentlemen.
Hi. Well, we get this episode started. I have a child moment, actually. I am so sorry. Yeah.
Well, then I'll do the regular intro for the show. Yeah. So, I've been Dippy, and that's Dadley, and this is the Dapper Ds, the only show that makes up 2 intros, because 2 is better than 1. Welcome back to the Dapper Ds, where we are going to play a game show that I have had, not locked up, but locked and loaded for a while. This is Who Wants to Be a Dapper Millionaire? It is a game show that I created, much in the vein of Dadley's game show that he created, Anti-Game Jeopardy. This is just a trivia show all about the Dapper Ds, about ANIpod as a channel, that I've put a lot of effort into making. This logo that you see above my head is 100% made by me, emulating the original Who Wants to Be a Millionaire logo. And you know, Who Wants to Be a Millionaire is a show that I feel I have always been able to be pretty good at if I ever had a chance to compete on it, but that's beside the point. We'll have a schedule for you at the end of what shows will be coming up later in the week. I'm still not entirely sure because we missed a whole week of shows last week. We only did Dapper Ds last week when we should have done like 3 of our other shows and we just didn't. So we'll talk about when those will play, because I've got other things going on as well. And Dadley will also, it'll depend on him as well. But for the time being, we have an ad read, and because I'm the only one here, I guess I have to do it. W.GG is the energy source for gamers and the like, that is just the right amount of caffeine for you to get your energy going, but not so much that you're going to crash and burn. It is a better alternative to all of your other caffeine sources that you can think of for a couple of reasons, but I'm not sure which, because normally Dadley and Dono do this. There are plenty of fun flavors like Peachy Beach and Gamer Sludge is one of them, I know, for one of the things like that. I don't know. The point is that you can go to w.gg and use the code ANIpod, that's ANIpod, at checkout for 15% off of your next purchase. That can be the sampler pack, the starter pack, everything else. Just go to w.gg and use the code ANIpod. The energy, to give you the energy to get through a game show.
Yes. Sorry about that.
No
Child
worries.
has road rash and then had to hop in the shower.
Oh, no.
Not a fun experience.
That's bad. I'm so sorry about that.
It's fine.
I mentioned that we'll do the schedule at the end, but what else is there? I just did the W read.
Dude, do we have a schedule?
I told them that we missed like a whole week of shows when we should have done.
We went on spring break.
We went on spring break, so we have to talk about.
We gotta figure that
when
out.
we're gonna do shows again. But in the meantime,
tune in every Monday for the Dapper Ds. We're still.
Yeah, Mondays will be your stronghold, your safe haven, because we will have a Dapper Ds episode every Monday.
Welcome to the Dapper Ds, or welcome to ANIpod, brought to you by the Dapper Ds.
Exactly.
Okay.
So, I already explained a little bit about Dapper Millionaire to the audience.
Yeah.
So, Dadley, you feeling excited? You've been here, you've been in this chair once before with a friend, but today you're by yourself.
I know.
How are you feeling?
I'm a little nervous going alone. I like having someone to bounce ideas off of.
Mm-hmm.
I firmly see myself not going all the way, but we'll see.
We'll see.
We will see.
For sure.
Did you mention what is at stake?
No, I have not. I was actually going to leave that for us. So, you may have noticed that bit in the intro where I said, will he be the next head honcho of the next episode of the Dapper Ds? So, there are 3 tiers of rewards based on the safe havens that you can reach in the questions as they unfold. It's one of the worst kept secrets that I like having a lot of control over Dapper D's episodes nowadays.
He does, which I'm not against. I actually I want to stress before we get into this. I really like being able to sit down and be like, hey, I'm hanging out with my friend and he knows what's happening.
I've come up with a lot of ideas. I want the others to come up with ideas as well, and they have. And those episodes are still things that we're gonna do. But I've been doing a lot of decision making about the show for a while now.
I just realized how much I'm the Ringo Starr here of beautifully done and executed episodes. Those are Dippy's ideas. If you're ever curious who came up with, hey, how about we smash or pass Yankee candles?
Yeah, that's
this guy.
So wait, what does that make me? If I'm Paul, if
I'm Ringo,
you're Ringo, what does that make Dono?
Dono is also Ringo. This is why the Dapper D's does it.
We're all just 3 different versions. Welcome to the Dapper D's, the only show with 3 different versions of Ringo Starr.
3 Ringos in a trench coat.
So, let's get into this.
Yes. So
offer.
Dippy likes control.
Mm-hmm.
And so I thought a fun reward would be him losing some of that control. So you had the 3 tiers.
There are 3 tiers. We will, this we just have to do on the screen because I don't have that set up.
Okay.
Yeah, so the first 5 questions are the fastball, easy questions. You're probably gonna get there. And if he doesn't get there, wow. But if he does, then I relinquish. What is it?
I give you 5 episode ideas. You have to pick one.
I have to pick one of them, and that will be the next episode of the Dapper Ds. The next episode that isn't a Dapper discussion, because the Dapper discussion.
Oh, is the
next week is the Dapper discussion.
Already?
I think so.
Time is flying. My phone's at 2%. What am I doing?
Oh my God.
Yes, it is. Yeah.
Yeah. So the next week is the Dapper discussion, but the next episode after that will be an episode idea that Dadley has pitched, and that's gonna be the case unless Dadley loses the next immediately. You know,
if I fumble real quick.
If you fumble real fucking quick. Oh, actually, next week was gonna be Pokemon Smash Pass Time Travelers.
Oh.
And we were gonna move the Dapper discussion to the 5th. Dono's not here, so we can move that, but that episode is there because it's episode 151. This is episode number 150 of the Dapper Ds, by the way.
Woo!
Woohoo! Ooh, actually, hang on just 1 second. I wonder if no, it shouldn't be a problem. Okay, so anyway. Yeah, it shouldn't be a problem. It's a question that I thought of, but I don't think I put it in here. And if I did put it in here, oh boy. What a massive fumble that would be. Oh no. It is okay. You'll see it when you get to it. So next week, Time Traveler, are we gonna bring someone else in for that?
I don't know. We talked about Stealthy joining.
It wouldn't feel right with.
I kind of don't want to do it without Dono.
Yeah.
So let's just do a discussion.
So the next episode of the Dapper Ds will be a Dapper discussion.
Yeah.
And then the episode after that on May the 5th, our channel anniversary episode will be decided. That'll give you something to think about, Dadley. Our channel anniversary episode will be decided by Dadley in a couple of different manners. There will be he'll pitch 5 ideas. I will pick one if he gets past the $1,000 question.
Yes.
At $32,000, there's another safe haven.
Yes. That is, I narrow it down to 3 ideas.
That you pick the idea, or no, I pick the out of the 3, but then you have more. I pick 3 instead of 5 that you get to pick from. Yeah.
And I get to, what was it? I don't remember. I get to name it, maybe. I also named the episode.
You get to name the episode, and of course, because it's your episode, you have the creative control. If you make it to 1,000 and that's it for the reward tier, I pick the episode, but it's also under my creative control.
Yes.
If you make 3, I pick 1, you have creative control. But if Dadley makes it all the way to $1 million and answers it correctly,
I want to stress again,
then Dadley,
it's all me.
It's all you.
I even get to make the thumbnail.
The thumbnail, the title, the creative control, the episode idea, everything is on Dadley's shoulders.
Yes. Which if
I'm scared.
If you don't know how important this is, just go scroll through the Dapper D's thumbnails. These are precious to Dippy.
They are. They really, really are. There's just, oh gosh. I will say that the one thing, you have to have the Dapper D's logo on the thumbnail. I don't care where or how big or small, but it has to be there.
So small.
Yeah, it's this big. Okay, so anyway, let's actually
so we know
get
what,
into the episode.
I was gonna say, we know what we're playing for. I'm in the hot seat.
Do we play? So normally, Millionaire normally has fastest fingers, but we already know Dadley has the fastest fingers out of all of us. So it's.
Wait, I actually don't know what that is.
The 10 people in the hot seats at the beginning of the episode that they're put these in the correct order as fast as possible.
Yes.
We're not going to do that because I don't have the time or the budget. So
it's also just me.
Yeah, it is also just you. So the rules of Dapper Millionaire are pretty simple. You get trivia questions in ABCD format, and you answer either correctly or incorrectly. You have 4 lifelines. Phone a friend. Call anyone from ANIpod on Discord to have them help you with a question. And you can join that fan Discord. Let me do the spiel. I almost forgot the spiel. While we're on this screen. Give us a follow if you like what you see. Give us a subscription if you're feeling generous. A Prime subscription gives us the money and you the ad-free experience at no cost to you with an Amazon Prime account. Give us a subscription on the YouTube channel to keep up with the VODs of all of our shows, past, present, and future. Follow the link tree in the description to see all of our other fun stuff, like the Instagram to see updates when we go live, clips edited by Brett, and memes made by Dono. The merch store has new updated merch, and you can go there to get a small piece of the channel for yourself. And you can go to the fan Discord server, Annie Nation, where you can chat with us and all of your other fellow ANIpod fans at any time. As always, we appreciate anything you do to support the channel and support what we do here, but do what you can, not what you feel like you have to.
Yes.
Your financial security and responsibilities are more important than us entertaining you. So there are plenty of things you can do to support us without paying money out of pocket. Like following on Twitch, subscribing on YouTube to get all of our content, all of our core content for free every time. You can interact in the chat on Twitch and in the comments on YouTube to increase our analytics and to chat with your friends who are watching the channel as well. And you can share the channel with your friends and family so that more eyes appear on our content and we have more opportunities to do more things that more people love. So with that, thank you for following and supporting. And with that, let's get back to the lifelines. So phone a friend to call anybody from the ANIpod on Discord to have them help you with a question. 50-50 will eliminate 2 potential answers from the question, leaving 1 correct answer and 1 incorrect one. Ask the host. Directly ask me for my thoughts on an answer. I can bluff or lie, but I may also tell the truth depending on how I feel about your situation. It'll be a cryptic hint, like I'm a DM. If it's a hint, it'll be cryptic. You won't necessarily know if I'm lying or telling the truth. And up to $32,000, use your phone. You can look up an answer. So you got a lot of lifelines to work with here. But along those lines, with that being said, once you use a lifeline, it is gone for the rest of the game. So, with that being said, are we ready?
I'm good to go.
Play the game. So
I'm curious what you thought the softball question was gonna be.
Well, we're about to find out now, aren't we? As always, these are the softball questions. First up is your question for $100. I was waiting for the music to loop.
$100.
100 whole ass dollars. If my there we go. What is the name of Zog's vessel in the Inquisition?
Okay.
This was partially written with the idea that there would be other people, but because it's just you,
me.
this is the softball. So
this is the easiest. Yes.
Is it A, the USS Bog Swimmer, B, the SS Toad Skipper, C, the RLS Lily Pad Hopper, or D, the HMS Trojan?
You know, I'm slowly realizing that I missed a great opportunity naming this boat.
Really?
Yeah. To be fair, Lily Pad Hopper is actually a great fucking name. It is a good name. Bog Swimmer. I mean, USS. We're not in the United States. I'd assume that's what the U stands for.
Yeah. United Sailing Ship, I think, is what USS normally stands for, and that means it's part of the United States. But, you know, it could mean something.
And then, you know, the Trojan condom. We are a boat full of seamen.
Perfect.
But that being said, I know in my heart, C. Finally. No.
Oh my God. I was about to actually tick it over.
Of course it's B. It's the Toad Skipper. I love the Toad Skipper. I don't remember the last time we referred to it as SS Toad Skipper, but it is B.
Written
Final
down.
answer.
It is indeed written down. It is indeed written down in the notes as the SS Toad Skipper. You are 100% correct. So on to question 2 for $200.
All right.
The Dapper Ds conclude all of their episodes with a 3-part sign-off. Your adventure matters blank, and roll for initiative. Stay dapper, be dapper, act dapperly, drop that dapper ass.
Drop that dapper. Drop that act dapperly is also really good, actually.
Act dapperly.
Like, that almost sounds better. Your adventure matters, act dapperly, and roll for initiative. Sounds smooth. I see what you're doing. You're trying to trick the dyslexic with A and B. But I also don't know how much you want vamping on these, or if you just want to go through.
Vamp as much as possible. Yeah. We got a lot of time to fill.
Look, this episode could go really quick if I fuck up. So talk as much as I can.
No, here's the thing. I am a believer in like sportsmanship. You will claim your prize on the question that you fuck up on.
Yes.
And then we're just gonna keep going.
Oh yeah, you put a lot of time
into
of
these
effort.
Questions.
Yes. Oh, absolutely. So all that being said, you picked the part of the outro that I say every time. So it'd be really bad if I fucked this up.
Yeah, absolutely. These are 2 softballs for you because this is the part you say every time.
This is my part. Is A, stay dapper, in which I normally do this, and I don't know why. It is not something I ever did before I joined ANIpod.
And that is 100% correct. Stay dapper, A. So, on to the 3rd question for $300. Which of these movies from Dippy's Movie Diary has he rated the lowest but stated on the show that he still enjoys?
Ooh.
Waiting, The Oranges, Flight of the Navigator, or Men in Black 2?
Okay, wait, this is already the 3rd question. I'm already kinda... I don't really... Google, stop! I didn't say anything to you! You're cheating!
I have been pretty vocal about this.
See, this is where I'm tripped up, because Master of Disguise is not an option.
I didn't put it on here because I didn't want that to construe your opinion of this answer.
I don't remember you talking. Oh, I do now. I do. Because I'm looking at the other ones that I have seen. I've seen Waiting, and I genuinely enjoy Waiting. I'm not saying it's a great movie, but it's fun enough. Flight of the Navigator, I've never heard of. I don't remember you talking about Flight.
I've got to tell you about Flight of the Navigator sometime.
Men in Black 2 has the beatboxing scene, which makes it good. Again, not great, but the beatboxing scene with Bismarcky makes it a good movie.
Okay.
I don't remember. I remember you talking about how weird The Oranges was, and I don't remember why it was so bad. But I think it did be The Oranges.
Well, Dadley, you are final answer.
Yeah, final answer, B.
All right. You are 100% correct.
Yes.
I have previously made mention of The Oranges being a very strange movie and very badly rated. I rated it pretty poorly on my scale. I still enjoyed it for its ending and what it implies throughout. So we move swiftly onwards to question 4 for $500.
Yes.
What range holds the total amount of videos ANIpod has uploaded to YouTube at time of recording? Is it A, 0 to 200?
Oh, okay.
B, 200 to 400? C, 400 to 600? Or D, 600 plus?
Have we broken... I mean, all right, so 150 episodes of Dapper Ds. We're on episode... like, add another 100 for Crossroads and Inquisition rounding.
Just realized I can actually put my presenter view a little bigger over the top, and it doesn't interfere with the view on the stream. So I'm going to do that. Yeah.
Dippy, I can see it.
You can see it. Well, you have the answer. Wait, you can see. What are you seeing?
You just close it out. I could see the presenter view with the next.
You could?
Before, I could only see one slide ahead. because the other one was so small I couldn't see anything.
Oh, the other one was so small. You can.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you can see this, I'm not gonna keep it over there.
Yeah.
My apologies.
But now, it was going to be the answer I was about to get to, but I did see the answer.
Yeah,
Just
I
full
know. I
above
realize.
board.
These
All
are
right.
softballs. I have a safety measure in place for
Yes.
the next series of questions.
Yeah.
This was something that I found interesting researching it too.
Yeah. So yeah, like what I was saying, 150 episodes of Dapper D's, add another 50 for, basically 50 for Crossroads, 50 for Inquisition. I think 50 for Inquisition. We might.
It's a little more than 50, but
yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, but like rounding to around 100 for those two.
Mm-hmm.
Valmira, I have no idea how long it lasted. My guess would be probably like 70-ish.
It was about
episodes.
65. It was about
65. I was all right. That
episodes around
pretty close guess. And then everything else, I don't know. But that puts me in the ballpark of a little, like, just breaking that 400 mark.
Mm-hmm.
So, C, 400 to 600.
Yes, and you would have gotten there anyway.
Yeah.
I
Yep.
don't feel bad for you seeing it because I knew that you would have.
Yeah, I could reason myself to
smart
get there.
boy.
I'm a smarty.
So I will double check. As of time of recording this VOD, there are. As of time of recording this VOD, there are currently 491. So you are absolutely correct. It is C, 400 to 600. And now.
That's wild. Go watch all of them.
And now, we move on to the fifth question and the first safety net for $1,000. What is ZOG short for?
Wait a second. I've said so many joke answers to
Is
there.
it A, Zogathan, B, Zogthany, C, a niche but subtle offensive term that gets flagged on Twitch, or D, because he's got little legs?
Wait, Tippy! There are two right answers here, and I don't like it. Oh my god. I want to stress that if we took everything I said about Zog canonically, he is also Christian or Catholic, sorry. Because somebody asked him what his zodiac sign was, and his response was, I'm Catholic.
Yeah. I will admit, I will tell you, this question is different from all of the other questions. So
This
what
question
are you
is
initially thinking?
I mean, Zogathan's the one I've said the most, but here in real life, I did maybe
This one is the one I want you to vamp the least. Go ahead and just pick an answer.
Okay.
Pick an answer.
A? I'm going with A because I trust you as a friend.
A final answer?
Yes.
You are correct. There are 3 answers that would have been correct. The only reason because he's got little legs is wrong is because Zog is like 6 foot something.
Yes. Yeah, but it's all torso. He has little legs.
All right. So with that, we move on. You are now guaranteed to walk away with the prize. You have 5 episode ideas that you will pitch to me, and I will pick one.
Yes.
Let's see how much you can increase that from here. Moving on to $2,000.
Nothing in the rules said I couldn't pitch the same episode 5 times. I'm kidding.
Finish the Dapper D's episode title. We name every Pokemon, or we what? If my controls would work. Drink. Quit. Stink. Die.
Before I answer this,
Uh-huh.
I want to come back to this episode. Do you know what's going on with Google right now in Pokemon?
No, I have no idea.
Are you able to Google without fucking with the display?
Yes.
Type in any Pokemon from original 151 on your Google.
Any Pokemon from the original 151?
Yes.
I'll say,
Does it work on browser now that I think about it?
Abra.
It does not work on browser. You have to use your phone, so this will not be a stream. Never mind.
Okay. No, hold on. On what? The Google app? The Google...
I just use my Google search bar. This is fun for those at home if you don't know about
There's
it.
a little Pokeball in the corner.
Click it.
Oh my goodness.
Google now has like a little mini game where you can catch all 151 Pokemon, and you have to like catch a certain amount in a row before it gives you a Master Ball, and then you're allowed to catch one of the legendaries. And
catch the remaining 150 Pokemon by searching their names. How fun is that?
yeah, so this was it. Now that I know this doesn't work on browser, this would not be an episode.
It would
probably
not be an episode. That's so unfortunate, though.
Yes,
It's
but yeah, fun little
it's
Easter
a really
egg.
fun idea. Yeah.
So that being said, we had to name every Pokemon or
Finish
we
the Dapper
drink.
episode title. We name every Pokemon or we drink. We name every Pokemon or we quit. We name every Pokemon or we stink. Or we name every Pokemon or we die.
So let me
This
let
is
me
one of
break
the
this
only
down.
episodes.
Yeah.
This is one of the only episodes that I did like kind of a fun name that was less literal
Yes.
about what the episode actually was. Because putting in like the Dapper Pokemon guessing quiz was like, you know,
Kind of boring. Yeah.
yeah, kind of boring. Yeah.
So I'll break this down.
Sure.
And this is going to be a little factually for viewers. Drink, we can't do because normally our other co-host Dono doesn't drink actually. Quit. Dapper D's aren't quitters. We never quit. We're here all the time. Stink. Only 1 out of 3 of us stinks, and it changes varying depending on the day.
Just depending on the day.
So it's gonna be D for die. And we've been holograms ever since because we failed.
Yeah, we did fail that episode. But is that your final answer?
D final answer.
Okay, here we go. I do have a keyboard shortcut. We name every Pokemon or we die is absolutely the correct answer.
Yes.
Well done. Moving on to $4,000.
$4,000.
Which of these player classes did we not
Ooh.
showcase in the Enclave episode?
This is a good question.
So if you don't know, Enclave is a TTRPG that we showcased recently with the creator Robbie. And we showcased a few classes from the base book.
Yeah.
Which of these 4 did we not showcase? Was it A, the Thane, B, the Wanderer, C, the Illusionist, or D, the Gunslinger?
Shit. Okay. I was an illusionist. Connor, who I very much want to play again. Something about Connor has like wormed his way into my heart, and I think about Connor almost every day. And you played a rabbit gunslinger.
Yes.
Thank you for the verification.
I am willing to give you that, yes.
Yeah. Dono. I remember Dono specifically talking about a Wanderer, but I don't remember if that's what he decided on. You played like Black Cat vibes. Like I did in my brain, I imagined Bruno from Encanto the entire time, which I wasn't far off after he showed off some photos. I don't even remember what a Thane is in the Enclave book. I did not spend a whole lot of time with this book, I'm gonna be honest. My phone died. It happens. So I mean the solid answer, the guess, the 50-50 guess would be go with Wanderer, because I know he talked about it. And I feel like I would remember what a Thane is if he played a Thane. I have lifelines, but I feel very silly using them this early.
Well, keep in mind, one of your lifelines only works up to the $32,000 question.
Yes.
And you can have the other 3 going into the $1 million question. But one of them has a time limit on it.
You are right, which I think I'm actually... Just because I know it's going to go away, I think I'm going to use it.
Okay, so you are going to invoke your use your phone a lifeline.
Yes.
Okay, well, in that case,
My phone just died. Can I web browser?
You can look it up. Yeah, you can look it up.
Okay.
Yeah, you can absolutely look it up. Fuck. What am I trying to say? The spirit of the question remains the same.
Yes.
I'm trying to use a pen to mark. There we go. All right, so you have use your phone. This only works on this slide, so just ignore the fact that like it'll still be there for the next questions, but you've used it.
Yes.
Go. You can. I will say that I will permit you to use your phone for a 3-minute timer.
3 minutes. Okay.
So you also have to look through the episode and find.
Oh, what I was gonna do is pull up the Enclave book and see if I remember any of the abilities.
Your 3 minutes are yours to do with, and those 3 minutes will start now.
All right.
So, this 3-minute timer will determine the amount of time that Dadley is looking up information pertinent to this question.
Ah!
And while he's looking that up, I'll be sure to recommend Enclave to all of the viewers watching at home. It is a fun TTRPG system, and it's about to enter into a second Kickstarter where you can fundraise the second tier of the game, which is going to be called Aspirant. It is a fun game. I've played it a lot, and I introduced my friends to it, and they need to play it more.
Do I not have the Enclave book anymore? Was it like a time thing?
The loaner...
Oh, temp copy.
Yeah, the temp copy, yeah. You can look at the temp copy. I will also say you can just go to the episode and look while you have this time. You are now at 2 minutes.
Yeah, but it sounded more fun to use the book.
Again, yours to do with what you choose.
He had a walking stick. So, it had to be a wanderer. Let me look at Thane again, just to make sure. Yeah, he didn't use any of the Thane abilities. Now that I'm going through Thane looks fucking dope. Check out Enclave. I know Dippy just said it all. Enclave was such a fun system.
You still have 1 minute and 13 seconds.
Yes.
Unless you want to cut your time.
Oh, I played the video a little bit in case I wasn't able to find it.
Mm-hmm.
And I just found them saying the stats without me catching what class he was playing. 2 luck and 1 vitality. All right, I got it.
All right. So, you have used your phone.
Yes.
And so with the information you now have, what are you saying is your answer?
B, Wanderer. Final answer.
Wait, I want you to really think which of these player classes was not showcased.
Oh, fuck. Thank you, Dippy. A, Thane. Final answer. The question wasn't what did Donald play, but that's what I needed to figure out.
Yeah, you needed to. I am willing to give you a mulligan, but you don't have any more because
I used my secret lifeline. Dumb mulligan.
We got focused on a different question than the actual question, so I'm willing to give to you the correct answer is your guess at the correct answer is a Thane final answer.
Yes. Yes, it is.
You're 1,000% correct. Okay, so.
Yeah. Hey, while we're on this question really quick, I don't remember what you played twins. What class were they?
A librarian.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, that was really fun. Moving on to the $8,000 question.
Okay. All right.
Which of these is not an ocean on Gios, the setting planet for the Inquisition?
Okay. This is going to be a tough one, too, for me. I'm bad at names.
Is it the Azurian, the Lazulean, the Altamarian, the Algianic? Which of these is not, and I will reiterate, which of these is not an ocean on Gios, the setting planet for the Inquisition.
I sail the rivers, Dippy. I don't know the
I have
oceans.
also shown you my document that has all of these names on it multiple times.
I did so long ago now. So long ago. All right. Knowing Dippy. B, and I'm gonna look like a dumbass if I'm wrong about this. B, I feel like it has to be an ocean. You like wordplay and whatnot, and this is a world of rebirth and whatnot. Lazarus is rebirth, and Lazarus, like that. I feel like that immediately has to be an ocean.
Okay.
Did Batman reference the Lazarus pit is what brings people back, which I know is not probably where your brain was at.
Well, yeah,
I don't.
okay, yeah.
Yeah.
You just keep thinking through it.
Yeah. Azurian just sounds cool. All right, what else do I got? Algelanic looks like it hasn't. Yeah, looks like it has enough vowels that it makes sense. Inquisition has 2 commas in it, for Christ's sakes.
Yeah, it does.
1 word, 2 commas. That's a video I regret seeing.
Oh my god.
Ultramarine is the one I'm like. A and C are both like my hangups right now. What's my next checkpoint? Yeah, what's my next checkpoint?
Is 32,000, which is 4 questions, 3 questions from now. You are on question number 7. 32,000 will be the 10th question, and then you'll have 5 after that for $1 million. You have already used your use your phone lifeline. You still have phone a friend, ask the host, and 50-50.
Yeah, which, thinking strategically, this would be a good ask the host because you like your world building.
I'll leave that up to you to decide.
See, this is what has me so hung up, is we spend so much time talking about the rivers and then the landmass. We're going to Portland. I can name you Portland. I don't, like, literally we were just in a discussion about, like, what if I took it on the water? And you're like, it's not, or in the ocean. It's not really an ocean vessel.
Still.
I think I'm gonna ask the host.
Okay. This is exactly what I wanted out of this set of questions, was for you to use lifelines if you weren't confident. So you have used Ask the Host.
I have.
I actually have...
Ooh!
This is the lifeline for Ask the Audience, which this replaced. So what I will give you about this is that you were right to assume there is a theme behind Lazulean, and there's actually that same theme among a couple of the other ones. But it doesn't have to do with rebirth or anything like that. It has to do with color.
Oh!
And so with that,
okay.
we return
to
the $8,000 question.
Has to do with color. Azurian would be like, my brain goes to azul, which I think is Spanish for blue, but I don't actually remember. Algelanic, like algae is like a green, like algae green. Ultramarine. I can't think of what color that would be. Alta. Yeah, I can't think of a color for that. And then Lazulian, like I think of blue, and I can't remember why. I guess it's kind of blue. Wait. Azurian is, I said Spanish for blue. B is giving me blue vibe. I'm thinking of Lapis from fucking Minecraft of all things, but it's leading me towards blue.
Okay.
Algelanic is more of a green than a blue. And but I can't think of any color for Altamarina.
And so what does that lead you to?
between C and D. Do I go with the one that isn't blue, that I know isn't blue, or do I go with the one that I can't even think of a color for?
Ask yourself that question again, and then see if you have an answer.
No, I mean, no, that's what it boils down to, is that I don't know if I'm missing something in Alta Marina that is blue. Like, if it's a reference to blue that I don't know. But I am gonna go with C, because I can't think of a color for it. Everything else has a color associated with it in my brain. C is not. C? I literally want to double check the question.
Yeah.
C, final answer.
The Altamarian Ocean is not an ocean on Queez. You are absolutely right. Azurian is azure blue, Lazulan is lazuli, lapis lazuli blue, and Algianic is algae green. You are absolutely right.
Okay.
On to the $16,000 question.
Okay. I'm down 2 lifelines.
You are down 2 lifelines. Which of these campaign characters speaks the most languages?
Whoa, what a good question.
Is it A, Miko from the Moonlit Mist?
Oh shit, that would be tough. It's a Moonlit Mist character.
Is it B, Burke from the Inquisition?
Probably not.
Is it C, Lux from Crossroads?
That would make sense.
Or is it D, Dish from Crossroads?
Oh shit, Dish did just whip out Primordial out of nowhere. All right, let me break this up.
Again,
Burke,
researching this, there are so many characters in any campaigns that can speak quite a few languages. There are also some who can only speak 2 or 3. And I was sad to find out that Kana was one that could only speak 3. I mean, he's supposed to be this super intelligent, learned person. Like, I was like, oh, he can only speak 3 languages. How many can these others speak? Oh my god, there are so many languages that these characters speak.
Yeah, I mean, even canonically, 12 can speak 4.
Mm-hmm.
It might not be on his character sheet, but I know canonically he can speak 4.
Every one of these, I will give you this, every one of these characters speaks 5 or more.
Burke speaks more than 5, or 5 at least? I was gonna bet Burke knew 3 languages tops. Common, infernal, and whatever else.
All of these characters can speak 5 or more languages.
Okay.
But which one speaks the most?
Miko, I don't know a whole lot about. Moonlit Mist is still in its infancy era. I'm excited to see where it goes. Go check out Moonlit Mist, run by Brett. Dish, I would have never in 1,000 years thought Dish on this list until he busted out that Primordial out of nowhere. And Lux just makes the most sense. A changeling librarian makes the most sense to speak a bunch of languages.
That's some airtight logic there.
So does a tour guide, though. A tour guide would make sense for them to speak the languages. Miko's the wild card here. Miko, like, I really can't speak to. Shit. Who plays Miko?
Ace.
Am I allowed to ask you that? Ace plays Miko?
Ace plays Miko.
Shit. Ace is a wild card. Ace played a character last campaign that said yip.
Yeah.
Then he said the word yip.
That is correct.
Did they swing the other way now, I guess? Oh shit.
That's for me to know and for you to find out.
I'm so happy Ace is back on the channel.
Yeah.
Fuck. Okay. Ha. Am I allowed?
Are you allowed
to open up Discord and see who's online?
You absolutely can, yeah.
All right.
I have not shared any answers or anything with anyone from this list. This is a very, yeah.
Okay. Not actually seeing a whole lot of people online.
Working against.
Hey, Dippy's online.
Hey.
Okay. Part of me wants to just go with the logic of Lux. Logically, Lux makes the most sense.
Sure.
But let's be honest, Dungeons and Dragons doesn't make sense logically.
You can think about this as much as you want.
Yeah. And I don't want to use another lifeline. I've used 2 in a row now.
I would advise against using 50-50 and phone a friend before you're
because also, let's be real, I can phone a friend and I'll be like, hey, these 4 people could answer, and I'll be, how many languages does your character speak? Dish might know the answer. Brett might know the answer to that question. I don't know if the others would know off the top of their head.
Right.
So I'm just, look, this might be it. This might be. I might go from winning it all, kinda, to 16,000. But I'm going with C.
I was about to say, you can also walk away at any time, retaining the prize from your tier.
Wait, but if I get it wrong, I still get that prize.
I just wanted to, the number still goes up. The number still goes up.
It made more sense when each level, like each question had its own level of reward.
Yeah, yeah. Well, again, but number goes up. That still is held in the record.
I like number go up.
16,000 is better than 1,000 because 1,000 is what you would fall to if you you answered it wrong. 16,000, you walk away with 16,000 and that tier.
But
you were saying.
Yeah, no, I feel. Look. I feel confident in C. I feel confident in Emily to make a character.
You feel confident in C. You feel confident
that would do
call
this.
C.
So I'm gonna say C, final answer.
The Changeling Librarian from the Crossroads campaign speaks a lot of languages.
Yes.
In fact, they speak 8, which is the most out of any character.
Yes. Oh, God, yes.
Well
that
done,
feels good.
Dadley. Well done.
That feels
logicking
good
your
to
way
reason
through
out.
that.
Yeah.
I absolutely was ready for you to logic your way. Now, on to the safe haven question for $32,000.
See, this is the big one. Yeah.
Which of these ANIpod members does not share their first name with an NFL quarterback?
Yeah. All right. Okay.
Is it... their first name. Okay, it's not written on any of these other ones. This is first name. Because there obviously is not an NFL quarterback that shares both our first and last name. So,
yes.
Which of these ANIpod members does not share their first name with an NFL quarterback? Is it A, me, Dippy?
Okay.
B, Dono.
Okay.
I pointed at myself again.
You did.
C, Stealthy. Or D, you.
Okay.
First of all, do you know all of these people's first names?
Yes.
You do. So we do not have to say them for the benefit of the audience.
Yeah, I will say C is kind of touchy about saying their name live.
Yeah, exactly.
So I'll just keep it at I know their first name. I would hope so. I'm about to go to their wedding.
Yeah.
You are saved in my phone with your first name.
Mm-hmm.
I have your business card with your first name. Mm-hmm. My question.
Mm-hmm.
I keep asking you questions.
Yeah.
It's at any point, just be like, I'm not answering that if you don't want to. Are we going with Dono or Donovan?
I would specifically say Donovan is is his name, so that is the name that you should consider for this question.
A and C are common first names.
Mm-hmm.
Donovan is, I would say, like, common-ish.
Mm-hmm.
I know personally probably 4 Donovans.
Mm-hmm.
I sincerely have not met another Bradley in my life.
Hey, Brett, thank you for subscribing.
Hey, Brett.
Oh,
thank you.
Not final answer. Not final answer.
Nerds. I'm not on my final answer.
No, yeah, I didn't hit loop on the $32,000 question. There we go.
Okay.
Good to see you,
yeah.
Brett. Thank you for the resubscription. We appreciate you. We just had a question about languages, and Dish was available as an answer because he speaks like fucking 6. Like, it's crazy.
So, I have not met another Bradley in my life. I've met people with the last name Bradley. I've met 3 people with the last name Bradley, weirdly enough. But you said it was share the first name, because I could see a quarterback with the last name.
NFL quarterback.
All right. I met somebody. I'm tangenting really quick. I met somebody that their first name was my father's name and their last name was Bradley, and it weirded me the fuck out.
Oh. That would be a little weird.
Yeah. Think about that for a second. Somebody with your dad's first name and your first name as their last name. All right. ANC are common names.
You're pretty set that A and C are pretty common. You're pretty set that
Yeah. And C is a gender neutral name. Here's the thing. I'm scared after a clip of the late and great Norm Macdonald on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. To which he said, I'm torn between these 2 options. If I pick 50-50, are you going to get rid of the options I know are wrong? And Regis said, they pick it ahead of time. It's nothing like that. And so he picked 50-50. And they left him with the 50-50 he was already trying to figure out. I know Dippy didn't plan the 50-50 at the time. And there's a little part of me that thinks he's gonna want to fuck with me.
What? Where would you ever get that notion from?
Phone friend also wanted help on this question.
Not unless one of us knew a lot about the NFL.
I can't phone a friend and you pick up. Can I swap a phone a friend with Ask the Host again? No, I'm kidding. No, we keep the lifelines. Phone a friend's also a good lifeline. And this is the benchmark. I beat this and I have my next safety net.
Yes.
I'm gonna do a 50-50.
You're gonna do, all right, you're going to do a 50-50 on which of these ANIpod members does not share their first name with an NFL quarterback. So I will say that your choice is now between I will say that your choice did you see my cursor where the pen is going? You can?
Yes.
Okay, give me 1 second. I've got to
I know you're thinking about it. I know you're really debating doing it.
Question is, how mean do I want to be? Because I have a piece of information. I'm holding on to a piece of information which should make this easier for you specifically to know the answer to this question.
Yes.
But you haven't brought it up yet.
Okay.
Make an appeal to me.
Make an appeal to you?
And I will determine the 50-50 thusly.
Okay. I don't know how much more I can appeal. Like
you said that you were for sure that A and C were not the correct answer to a question about not sharing a name with a quarterback.
Yeah.
You said that you were kind of floundering. You said you were kind of stuck between B and D. Yes?
Yeah. Yes.
Well, we will determine the result of that 50-50
after this break.
After this commercial break. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back after these short messages. And welcome back to Who Wants to Be a Dapper Millionaire? So, the results of the 50-50 have left A and C off the table.
You know, the Norm Macdonald paradox.
The Norm Macdonald paradox. So, we return to the $32,000 question.
Yes.
Which I will remind for the audience's benefit. Which of these ANIpod members does not share their name with an NFL quarterback?
Correct.
Which is now down to B, Dono, or D, Dadley.
So, I've been searching the Mind Palace, and I'm realizing more than anything how little I know about the NFL. I didn't get into football until like maybe 2 or 3 years ago.
Okay. That's about the time when I got back into football.
Yes.
I was a football head young, but I'm like a major extreme football head now, you know.
So, that being said, I kind of just want to go back to like my logic and reason, which granted did give me lucks, just reasoning out these. I've met a lot of Donovans. I've never met a Bradley.
Okay. So with that, and these options laid out before you, which of these does not share their name with an NFL quarterback?
I'm gonna go with D, Dadley.
Does not share. You do not share your name.
I do
with
not. There are no
name
Bradley. Yeah, there are
with
no
an
Bradley
NFL
quarterbacks. They don't build us like that.
Final answer?
Final answer.
You had Jake Locker, you had Taylor Heineke, and you have one of the most famous Eagles quarterbacks. His name was Donovan McNabb. So you are
McNabb.
100%
Fuck.
correct.
Nab, I knew that name too. I got there.
Donovan McNabb? You did not remember Donovan McNabb?
Nope, and I'm an Eagles fan too. That's
You're
really
not
bad.
Guaranteed to walk away with this prize, but it only goes up from here if you think you know your stuff. If you have not used the Use Your Phone Lifeline, which you have, you are out of luck. It is gone, but it was already
I only have
gone.
one lifeline left.
Yes, you only have Phone a Friend left entering the red tier, the final 5 questions. But you are guaranteed now to walk away with 3 episode choices and a little bit of creative control over that episode.
Yes.
But moving on, let's play the game for $64,000.
I'm so embarrassed. I just Googled Donovan McNabb now, and I'm so embarrassed of how long he was an Eagles quarterback.
Donovan McNabb? For $64,000.
Yes. All right. And I will.
Which
so
of
it
these
doesn't look like.
sandwiches was ranked lowest on Dadley's sandwich list in the first tier list episode? You
all
should
right.
know this.
I should know this.
Is it A, the patty melt?
I do love a patty melt.
B, the lobster roll?
I'm from New England. I'll get lynched if I didn't
C,
say that.
the BLT?
Oh, it's so good.
Or D, the Thanksgiving sandwich?
Fuck, I like all these sandwiches. I was only hoping you'd be like D, and I'll be like trash.
D, a pile of garbage placed on the table. No. These are all sandwiches that were on your tier list, and you ranked them accordingly. There were some that you had not tried. I did not pick from those, but all of these sandwiches were ranked, and one of these was ranked lower than all 3 of the other ones.
I feel like right off the bat, lobster roll's not a fucking sandwich, so I might have taken points away for it.
Okay.
Patty melts are good.
Let me just double check here. Yeah, okay. Just keep talking it out.
Final thought there. Patty melts are good.
Uh-huh.
I mean, Thanksgiving sandwich has to be pretty fucking up there. Thanksgiving sandwich is off the table. That shit slaps.
Mm-hmm.
How long ago was it? It was the first tier list episode?
This was the first tier list episode. This was back in 2022, I think.
How old was I?
How old were you? 3 years younger than you are now.
I was 22.
Wow, no you're not.
I'm 25 right now.
You are?
Yes.
I thought you were older than me.
I am older than you.
I'm 26.
Wait, how old am I? I'm Googling how old am I. Give me 1 second.
Googling how old I am.
2025 minus 1996.
How fucking funny is that? Oh my god, how funny is that?
I'm 29, everybody.
29. Yeah, that's what I thought.
I forgot. Okay. I'm at the age now that it doesn't matter.
Oh my god. So anyway, you now have only Phone a Friend for your lifelines, but these were all sandwiches on your list.
Phone a Friend would be so useless.
It would be so useless for this question.
Okay, so I mean, I think it's fuck. See, the thing that's getting me is we were to do the tier list now. I'd be like, lobster roll, it's great, phenomenal, not a fucking sandwich.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if I would have done that. Patty melt, again. Patty melt. Right now, if I were to make this tier list, lobster roll is unranked.
That's a good way to go about it.
Yeah.
Rank these now. Rank these
rank
four
these
options
now.
that you have.
So lobster roll is unranked. So I guess that means bottom, because that's normally where we put the unranked shit.
Mm.
And then it goes patty melt, BLT, Thanksgiving.
Mm-hmm. In that order, bottom to top.
Yes.
You like a Thanksgiving sandwich more than the patty melt and the BLT?
Oh, 100% yeah.
Okay, good to know. Good to know.
So, there's something really funny about Phone a Friend here. Oh.
I would recommend against Phone a Friend on a question that is directly involved with you and your choices.
It would not be helpful, but it would be funny.
Mm-hmm.
Brett's live. Interrupt his entire stream.
Interrupt Brett's live.
That's
funny.
No, I just gotta go with my gut.
Sure.
And I'm gonna say patty melt. Because like it's fine. Patty melts are fine. They are really good. I love it. Okay, wait, I'm trying to think now. Is my love of BLTs new? Because I love BLTs, but I don't remember eating BLTs a couple of years ago. Is my love of BLTs a recent thing? Lobster roll's fucking with me. Would I put it low because it's not a sandwich? You put it in like a hot dog bun.
These are all very important questions.
And if you don't put your lobster roll in a hot dog bun, you're fucking stupid, and now it's a po' boy.
I will give you this.
Yes.
These were all ranked on the previous tier list. They were all put into a rank.
Okay.
The unranked option on that list was one that you had never tried. Was a sandwich you had never tried.
Okay. All right.
And I did not consider any of those for options for the answer.
Okay. All right. Then I gotta stick with my gut and say a patty melt.
You're saying
final.
A patty?
Yes. Final answer A. And if my taste has changed since then, a person that hasn't grown in a year has wasted a year.
Exactly.
Yes. I would hate to lose on a question about me.
When you did this first tier list,
yeah,
Thanksgiving sandwich was ranked in S tier. You are correct.
Yeah. Yeah.
A BLT was ranked in B tier.
Okay.
Patty melt was ranked in A tier.
Fuck.
And your logic still holds up. The lobster roll is not a sandwich. You put it in D tier. Dadley, I'm so sorry. But
so we didn't put it in unranked. I put it.
You put it.
Yeah.
Hold on. I know I have. Hold on. Wait. There's got to be something for this.
I just love hearing my lose music.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Wait. Hold on.
Yep. No, wait. Please hold.
Do the full playlist. Where is it? There it is. You put the lobster roll in D tier.
That sucks.
Stating, quote, "It's not a sandwich." D tier.
It's not. Man, we've come a long way with our tier list. We now have like an own category of doesn't count.
Yeah.
Like, all right. No, that's
So,
fair.
Dadley,
That's fair. I'm not even mad about losing that, actually. That is fair.
So, Dadley,
Granted,
you walk away by
away.
pitching 3 episode ideas to me.
Yes.
Me picking one and you having some creative control over the episode.
Yes.
But I've put a lot of effort into this list, so we will continue from here.
Yes.
Seeing what you could have answered.
Correct.
And what you could have done.
Yeah, what I could have walked
full
away.
Creative control.
In an alternate reality.
In an alternate reality. So with that being said, let's move on to a non-competitive 120. Oh, nope, wait. Not the lose.
Yeah, this is the now we do a silly one.
Yeah. Now we do a silly one. This is our non-competitive $125,000 question. You don't get win music. Fuck it.
Yeah.
So let's play non-competitively for $125,000.
Yes.
I'll be honest, Dadley. I thought this question would have been one that you would have gotten just because your opinions would not have changed that much. And when you started saying, "Oh, lobster roll isn't a sandwich," I would have ranked it lower. I was like, yeah. Would you
see
still
in
rank
my
it that
brain?
low?
in my brain, we would have had that category. We would have had the "it's not a sandwich" category.
So for $125,000.
Yeah. Yes.
How many episodes of the first 3 Dapper D seasons contain all 3 core cast members?
Whoa.
Is it A, 105, B, 110, C, 115, or D, 120? For reference, this is episode number 150.
Yes.
But in the first 3 seasons, we had only reached about 140 something, 130 something. So a majority of the episodes have all 3 cast members in it. But how much of the majority?
Okay. Let me try to reason this out. You guys did 3 episodes of It Takes Two.
Actually, I will, because this is the let's do a silly one, I will even help you out in this regard. There are, counting the first 3 seasons playlists total videos.
Okay, yeah.
Let me see what number I end up with on a calculator.
Okay. I'll wait to do my math until you do your math then, so we're not just both spitting numbers.
Counting the first 3 seasons of the Dapper D's playlists total videos, there are 142 for you to select from.
Okay.
So do your math from here and see how many you end up with.
All right, so there have been 3 episodes of It Takes Two. 1 terrible episode of Pokemon Showdown.
Only 1?
3 episodes of Curse of the Oberdin. So what does that put me at? 150? Or 135? Yeah.
150. The episode we are on right now. Hi, ladies and gentlemen.
Hi. I also have a calculator pulled up now. This is, or no, these last 2 episodes don't count.
No, of course. They also don't count because they're not part of the first 3 seasons. I intentionally discounted season 4 because A, I didn't know when I was going to use this list of questions, and B, I didn't know how many more episodes would come out in season 4 or 5 that this would apply to, so I only selected the first 3 seasons as a sample size.
I took like a month off of streaming at one point. That'd be like another 4 Dapper D's down. Sure.
I'm keeping along with you on my own calculator.
You have only missed 1 episode. Oh no, that wouldn't be in season 3 though. What season are we in right now?
Season 4.
Okay. You just recently missed the last episode. That wouldn't count. All right.
Yeah.
Whew. All right. Now I got to think about episodes that.
You mentioned Pokemon Showdown, which is an episode that I expressly missed.
Oh yeah, you've only missed 2 episodes. I think so. I think you've only missed 2. I would put money on Dippy has missed 3 or fewer episodes.
Okay.
Okay.
And you already mentioned 1, so just subtract 2 more.
No, I'm not subtracting any more for you right now.
Okay. So you're at 131.
Yeah, you guys ran an episode without me of Familiar Problem. That wasn't a familiar problem. The one that Donna really likes. And now the rest is guessing. I got down to 130.
Yes.
So my guess would be between 115 and 120. Because I personally can't think of any more episodes. The 3 of us weren't there, but that doesn't mean... Oh, Road Trip Games is another one.
The first Road Trip Games, yeah.
Yeah. And because there aren't any more standing out to me, I would lean more towards 120. I can't think of any other series that have happened without the other one. We did Dream Daddy without Dono. We did... Yeah, I can't think of any other series, so it's just miscellaneous episodes by now.
Yeah, there are a bunch of one-off episodes that that one or multiple of us have just straight up missed.
Are you Ooh. All right, I gotta subscribe to another one because you beat Lego City all on your own. I don't think you've done any solo streams besides that one.
Besides that one, no, I haven't.
So yeah, do I think there are 7 miscellaneous, or do I think there are? I'd lean more towards C. Yeah, I'm going C. Final answer.
C 115. Final answer.
Yeah,
wait,
I could probably realistically another. Let's see, I got down to 127, so another. What would that be? 7 plus 5 is 12. 12 other episode. Yeah, random episodes scattered. Yeah.
Well,
that sounds about right. Yeah.
You are 100% correct.
Yeah, there we go.
115 core episodes that have all 3 of us in it. Well done logicking that out.
Yeah. See, I like these. I like the ones that are like,
all right,
like we could reason and go through.
$250,000.
Oh, geez, that's a lot of pennies.
Name the odd setting out of these. Hollowport.
It is very odd.
Please. Renatus. or Valmira.
Holoport's a city.
Mm-hmm.
Queez is a continent.
Mm-hmm.
Valmira, I think, is the continent.
Mm-hmm.
Renatus, I have no idea.
Mm.
Okay, wait. What other angles can we take this as, though?
Mm-hmm.
And this is mostly
Think about
just for
as
fun.
many of them as you can,
Yeah,
because only one of those angles is the correct
other
odd angle.
angles. Holoport we have seen in 2 different time eras. Valmira and Queez, we have made jokes, are the same world in 2 very different time eras.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's Renatus again. Is the odd sitting out the one that Bradley's never watched, Renatus?
No, I will give you that. No, it is that you having not watched it is not the reason for one of these being the odd one out.
Which actually isn't true. I did watch a little bit of Renatus for ANIpod jump.
Yeah.
Holoport's the city. Everything else is probably bigger than a city. Granted, I can see Renatus also being a city.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go Holoport. Yeah,
Came to
it's
that
the only
decision pretty
city.
quick.
Yeah, I mean the other 2 are continents, so it makes sense.
So you're saying A, Holoport, final answer.
Yeah. Yes.
Well, Dadley.
Yeah.
You are 100% correct.
Okay.
It is Holoport that is the odd one out. It's the odd one out because it's the only one that's ever been played on the Dapper Ds.
Oh! I was just about to say, wait, Renatus might be the odd one out because it's the only one that hasn't had a DM from the Dapper Ds.
Yeah, Holoport is the only one that has ever been played on the Dapper Ds. There were a couple of things that made Holoport odd out of these 3. Renatus is a country, I believe. So it is the smallest. It is the only one that's ever been played on the Dapper Ds, but it is also the only one that has been played in 2 different eras. It's the only one that's been played in 2 different campaigns. Like, there's a couple of things that make it odd, but I selected Dapper Ds being the factor here. So,
yeah.
For $500,000.
That's a lot of nickels.
What day was the very first ANIpod show recorded?
Okay.
Is it A, May the 4th, B, Cinco de Mayo, C, 420,
Yeah,
or D, Pi Day?
All right, right on the back. Oh shit. We just said this. We just said it before stream.
Oh, the channel anniversary?
Yes.
The day that it was recorded does not align with the anniversary.
Wait.
Not necessarily.
Oh. Okay.
Not necessarily.
Channel?
The day it was recorded does not necessarily have to align with the anniversary of the channel.
Okay. Well, shit, that fucks me up then. What is Pi Day? March 14th. Cinco de Mayo is the 5th of mayonnaise. May the 4th is February 23rd. Okay. All right. Another quick tangent. I remember being in high school and everyone was walking around being like, may the 4th be with you. May the 4th be with you. Being just silly high schoolers. And I had a social studies teacher look up, and these were her exact words. I need all you kids to shut the fuck up. This is the anniversary of my father's death.
Oh no! Oh no!
None of us knew how to react at that moment.
Oh, that's
we're all like,
awful.
I think it was my junior year. Like,
oh my god. I need you all to shut the fuck up. This is the anniversary of my father's death. That is so unfortunate. I'm so sorry.
That is.
Anyway,
okay. I can look, Donald made this channel. 420 sounds right. Pi Day would be a coincidence. May the 4th would also be a coincidence. Honestly, and Cinco de Mayo would also be a coincidence. They're all coincidences.
Yeah. They are.
Okay. Channel anniversary.
Mm-hmm.
If I remember right, it's Cinco de Mayo. Cinco de Mayo on Monday this year? Yes, it is. Cinco de Mayo is on a Monday this year. Channel anniversary is Cinco de Mayo.
Mm-hmm.
I was about to check my calendar. My phone is dead. I want to stress how many times I have gone to pick up my phone and I met with my dumb face staring back at me. So if the first episode recorded is different than channel anniversary, then it would have to be the 4th or the 20th, because I can't imagine them recording it and then a month later being like, and now is our channel anniversary.
It's a good way to think about it.
So I'm gonna go. Look, I swear, if this hint that you gave me has now fucked up my answer, I'm gonna be so mad. Because I was just gonna go with Cinco de Mayo. Okay. I'm gonna go with A, May the 4th, because of your hint.
Oh, you didn't say final answer. I'll let this loop for a second.
Oh, final answer. Final answer, E. No, A, May the 4th.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Just bringing up a tab again. So, you're saying A, May the 4th is the day the first show was recorded.
Yes.
Final answer. Cinco de Mayo is the anniversary. Pi Day is a little too far out. Dono thought it would be funny to record the first episode on 420.
I should have trusted my gut.
Oh, such devastating music for 500,000. Oh my god.
I know.
So you still would have ended up with
Yes.
3 episode ideas and a little creative control.
Yeah.
But we're not stopping there.
We're
What
not.
are you,
We
crazy?
are. What is this? The halfway point? This is over the halfway point.
This is the final question.
Oh.
$1 million is the final question. You are one step away from You are one step away from $1 million. You can walk away with your prize now, or you can go for the big one. What do you choose? Well, you already walked away with your prize. So,
Yeah.
for
$4.
For 4 actual dollars. No, I'm kidding. For $1 million, let's play the Dapper Millionaire.
Yes.
I'm pretty proud of this one. What does capital D stand for in the realm of physics?
Wow. Okay.
Diametric pressure.
Uh-huh.
An infinitesimal differential.
Uh-huh.
The Dirac delta function.
Uh-huh.
Or electric displacement.
Okay, so density is not an option, which is where my brain went. I want to stress. I just had a student in my classroom taking a quiz on Newton's laws of physics. Something that I feel like should be common sense for someone in my line of work. Not only did I Google it, I then asked ChatGPT to explain it to me. So I didn't answer the kid's questions wrong because I was scared I was going to give him an answer that would be wrong on his quiz. And honestly, I still don't really understand the third law of Newton.
The third law of Newton?
The third Newton and those laws, man. You know, your object in motion wants to stay in motion, and you're not allowed to eat ice cream on Thursdays, and left sock goes on first.
I'm just proud that I actually get to display a $1 million question, because the last episode of Dapper Millionaire, that didn't happen. You heard it, you heard us.
Yes!
But you did not see it, and that was a problem on my end, and I'm glad that you get to see this.
Yes. I like the vibe. I like the black. All right. Okay. Let's actually reason this out now that I'm done.
What does capital D stand for in the realm of physics? Diametric pressure, an infinitesimal differential, the Dirac delta function, or an electric displacement?
Physics exist. Look, I've been able to logic my way into some right answers. And like, I feel like if I just keep talking, it will happen.
Sure.
But I'm staring at so many words that I don't know what they mean.
Sure.
An infinitesimal. We're gonna go with option B. Not as the answer. I'm just gonna say option B instead of trying.
Yeah, sure. An infinitesimal differential.
That sounds sciencey. What the fuck is happening? I'm trying so badly to come up with thoughts, and it's not working.
Oh my god.
All right, fuck it. We'll go back to that one. Diuretic delta function is piss. Things that are diuretic make you piss. It is the delta function in which the body makes piss. Electric displacement.
Hold on.
Okay.
I gotta finish eating.
Yeah.
Chips. Okay.
I want to stress,
The
I am
diuretic
Googling.
delta function, the function that causes people to make piss.
I am Googling, and the only thing I'm Googling is the phonetic spelling of one of these words.
What are you? No, don't Google. I will help. Go on.
All I did was Google phonetic spelling of infinitesimal.
Infinitesimal.
All right. Man, what? All right. So, all right. Sincerely, all right. Trying to get some sort of cohesive thought out.
Yeah,
I'm used to D standing for distance. That is what I use D for in my middle school teacher.
Sure.
Do any of these have anything to do with distance?
No.
Diametric pressure has nothing to do with distance.
No.
An infinitesimal differential. No distance there. Electric displacement. I mean, you can measure the distance of the displacement. And then we got how far you can piss.
Do you want me to be 1000% honest with you?
Sure.
I did not look up what the Dirac delta function does. I just saw it and I thought, while researching for this question, I saw it. And I was just like, okay, even if this is the correct option, I'm not gonna look up what this actually means. I'm just gonna, like, you know.
Okay. Diuretics are...
Dirac. D-I-R-A-C, Dirac.
Okay.
Let me actually look up what the Dirac delta function means. Because this is, again, this is not for any...
no, this is just for sillies. Yeah.
Okay. Also known as unit impulse.
That's was my nickname in high school.
Unit impulse. A generalized function of real numbers whose value is 0 everywhere except at 0. And whose integral over the entire real line is equal to 1.
What?
What?
Okay. All right. Which actually, that is very big and complex, and if you're writing a formula, you would want something to stand in place for it.
The thing between all of these is that they all have a stand-in. They all have an abbreviation that is one letter.
Yes.
That is similar to, if not, capital D.
Okay.
But all four of these have a different symbol. only one of them is represented by a capital D. The other three are represented by something similar to D or reminiscent of D or in the family of the letter D.
Okay. When I am given science I don't understand, my brain reverts back to, I worked at a nuclear power plant. I read nuclear manuals. That's how boring my job was. Diametric pressure is a phrase I have heard before. None of these other ones are. I want to stress that. I've never heard of any of these other. Actually, electric displacement, I have heard like that phrase before.
Sure.
I know it's not diametric pressure. Which I feel good in saying. I know I can't get the right answer, but I found one wrong one.
Right.
That feels like a win to me right now, because this is a really hard question.
Sure.
All right.
It's the $1 million question.
Yeah.
It's meant to look and sound really hard.
Infinitesimal differential.
Do you want to know what the word infinitesimal means?
It means like infinitely small, if I remember right. But
you don't even need me to tell you. That's exactly what it means.
So, I feel like that would be represented with a symbol. That's going to be something used in math. And the second you have letters in math, it looks like algebra. And I know this is not the correct line of reasoning, but it's a line of reasoning, which is better than nothing. So I'm just going to scratch B out.
If you get all of this right, if you get this question right after this like line of thinking and logicking, I will be very impressed.
All right. Electric displacement. I'd assume electric displacement is a phrase you can like understand with a general, it goes places. And I'd assume at a fixed rate. And if we knew that fixed rate, we would want something for it. A symbol. And then you spilled off so much information about diuretic. I know I'm saying it wrong. I don't care at this point. Delta function.
Because again, I didn't even know.
Diuretic delta function is explaining real numbers at zero. Kinda. In a very, very basic sense of what I just heard about.
Yeah.
That would make sense to be D. It's also the only one that has two Ds instead of one D. There is a little part of me.
A little part.
That thinks how Dippy would write this question. D is important to the Dapper Ds. It is also the last one you would normally type out. And you would be like, I looked up all these terms, and now here's the right answer. That's how I would do it, at least. That's personally how I would do it. I would write fake answers and forget I have to write the real one, and it would go last.
Interesting. Go on. Are
So
you calling me simple? Are you calling me?
No. Okay, no, but also on the flip side of things, I've made games. I know when you start getting towards the end, you know, you get a little tired. I also don't know if you did this in one sitting or this was a long process.
You're basically soul reading me now.
I am trying to break the game. Yes. I'm between C and D.
Sure.
D logically makes sense. It's the only one with two D's in it. It is something that you really... I know you said all these have symbols.
You said the
but
direct delta?
Yeah, the diuretic.
That's C, not D.
Yeah, what I'm saying is I'm between C and D, and I'm explaining why right now. C's the only one with 2 D's in it. D, I feel like subconsciously, Dippy would want the $1 million question to end with D for Dapper D's. Or maybe not subconsciously. Maybe it's something you would enjoy and logically do.
I love watching you think.
But that being said, every question I have logicked, I've gotten right. I've actually, like, not to toot my own horn, I've played a pretty good game when it comes to just sitting and logicking these out.
Except for your own question about sandwiches.
Even then, I count that as a win personally because that's a personal win.
Even though I lost, I count it as a personal win. Yeah.
I was on the right track. I'm gonna go. How long have we been on this question? A while now.
A while.
I'm gonna go with
at least 10 minutes.
C. Really? I've been at this for this long.
Maybe.
I'm gonna go with. I've logicked. I have made good choices this game. I'm gonna go with C.
You're gonna go with C, the Dirac delta function.
Yes.
As the object in physics that is represented by the letter capital D.
I'm also just now realizing as I say this, I'm like, I've done good logic. My logic is it had 2 days. It had 2 days in it.
Again,
so
you
it might
haven't
be
said final answer. You can change your
I know,
mind if
I
you
know.
want.
No, but what's my other option? Trying to psychoanalyze my best friend. I'm gonna go with
that's
C.
Not, you know, that psychoanalyzing the host is not an invalid option. If that's.
Hold up. I still have phone a friend.
You do still have phone a friend.
Would anybody know this? Who would I know personally that would know that? Like, I'm trying to think, because I feel like nobody would know this. I feel like we're not gonna phone a friend. This is for funsies. Unless you think it would be more fun to try to phone a friend.
Hey.
No, I am feeling good about C. I graduated high school with the mentality, when in doubt, Charlie out.
Charlie out?
It was sincerely how I took all my tests in high school. If I didn't know, it's C, move on.
Oh my god.
Yeah. All right, Dippy, I'm ready.
You're ready. All right, so
I'm going.
What does D stand for in the realm of physics?
C, infinitesimal.
Infinitesimal.
C, Dirac delta function.
Final answer?
Final answer. And I swear to God, if it's D, I'm gonna be so fucking mad. Like, I'm sincerely going to be really mad.
I will have this loop for a second, even though it's normally not meant to loop. Here we go.
Yes.
Diametric pressure doesn't have a symbol.
That surprises me.
An infinitesimal differential is represented by a lowercase d.
Oh, see, all right. So, you know, wrong answer, but right track.
The Dirac delta function is represented by the Greek letter for delta.
Oh, are you fucking kidding me right now? Are you
Meaning that the correct answer is D. Electric displacement.
What the fuck? I have to look up the Greek symbol now. Like, you said Greek symbol for D?
Yeah, it's represented by delta. It's represented by a lowercase delta.
I'm so fucking.
So, Dadley, even though you may have stumbled in 3 different places along this journey, you are still walking away with a hell of a prize. And when you play my game, you are always a Dapper millionaire.
Yay! I'm so mad. I'm so mad. I was so close to the right answer. You know how I just said it felt like a win? None of this felt like a win now.
So, Dadley, congratulations. You are a Dapper Millionaire in my heart of hearts. But in reality, your prize is that you can pitch a couple episodes ideas to me. I will pick one of them, and then you can have a little direct creative control over what that episode does on the channel. A nice middle ground for... There were a couple of times when you said, oh, Dippy would just make the correct answer D because he went, oh, here's a bunch of functions and now the correct answer. I had to do everything in me to bite my tongue and not laugh my ass off because that's exactly what I fucking did. I looked up, okay, what does capital D stand for? And I found a couple of options, right? But they were like... Okay, and the most solid concrete one was electric displacement. Yes. So I was like, I looked up and found the correct answer. Then I had to look up 3 incorrect options.
Yes.
So I was just like, yeah, this is, it's really fun. So
oh my God, I love these episodes.
So you are a Dapper Millionaire. Oh yeah, I love that the comment on Millionaire Sound for the $1 million winning is the first time that someone won $1 million. Regis said almost this exact quote because John Carpenter used his phone a friend lifeline to call his dad to tell him that he won $1 million. So Regis went, what could I say except, Debbie, you're going to Paris? This is the final answer heard around the world. He's won $1 million. Like, it's... I love that
it's
quote.
A great clip. Like, sincerely, one of the best game show moments
Truly, truly it is. So, congratulations, Dadley. You are a Dapper Millionaire.
Dippy, you made such a good game. I'm not, but it's fine. You made such a good game. Holy shit. This was really good.
Thank you. I really do appreciate that. Now I get to go... Whoop! I get to make us big for the purposes of the stream. And go, nope, that's the wrong one. That's the right one. Here we go. There we are. All right. So, Dadley, thank you for taking the time to play this game with me that I have put so much time and effort into. I love it.
Thank you for taking even more time to make the game.
Yeah. I love Who Wants to Be a Millionaire just as a concept in general. And literally one of my favorite game shows. If it was still around today, I would want to go on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire just to play it, just to show.
Oh my God, yeah.
Like, just to be there.
I've thought about doing an episode where it's like not ANIpod related at all. Like sincerely trying to make a Who Wants to Be a Millionaire episode and see how far you go. Or like even just pulling questions from episodes.
From
like,
actual Who Wants to Be a Millionaire episodes. Hey, you know, if you put it together, I will play it. Absolutely.
You wanna send me the PowerPoint you use?
Yeah, I can. So, with that being said, I just saw that the stream was on the starting soon screen, but it was paused on the starting soon screen. I would have lost my fucking marbles. No, the stream was paused on the starting soon screen, and it pauses every time I change tab. Okay. Whew. God, that would have been fucking terrible. Anyway, we're gonna kick off the end of this episode with, as per usual, some media picks, some life advice, our schedule, our upcoming schedule. Well, here's the thing. Our upcoming schedule we should do first, because we missed every episode that was supposed to run last week.
Besides the Dapper Ds.
And my upcoming week is a little strained. So tomorrow we can do Dark Energy. We can do Dark Energy tomorrow.
Yes. I mean, are you around? You just said your week.
That's what I said. I will be around. Based on what I am able to do and what I am going to be doing for the week, I can do Dark Energy on Tuesday. I cannot do Moonlit Mist on Thursday. And I am very tentatively probably not going to be able to do Inquisition on Friday.
Probably not with schedules anyway.
Yeah. So what we will say for now is tune in tomorrow for what I will say for now is tune in tomorrow for Dark Energy.
Yeah.
Because Dono's still on his break and Dark Energy is going to be a show, you know, at least until he gets off his break, it'll be a Tuesday show. a Tuesday show. Depending on how quickly we do it, we'll get back to Crossroads, as soon as we can. But
yeah,
beside the point, tune in next week for another Dapper D's episode. Tune in next week for a Dapper discussion.
Yeah, we'll be playing Uno and just talking about the month overall.
Yeah, playing Uno, talking about the month. And so don't forget to tune in next time for Uno. We need life advice and media picks still.
Yes, and I will say my 3 choices for Dippy, I will bring up next week. That will be part of the Dapper discussion.
Yeah, of course.
Life advice and media. Do you have a media pick?
I have a media pick. I watched Sully, the movie about the U.S. Airways, a movie about the U.S. Airways Flight 1549 crash in the Hudson River. Or rather, should I say, the miraculous landing in the Hudson River, because everyone survived. I cannot believe how well Clint Eastwood directed and wrote a real story and made it feel real.
Yeah. About
a real American hero. I think Sully can be called amongst the American heroes for what he did, for how everyone on that plane survived, basically through his actions alone. Even though he gives away credit for it, he doesn't want to take credit for it. I was awed by how that movie actually turned out. So I don't know if it's streaming anywhere, because I watched it on Blu-ray and I found it at Goodwill.
Oh, fuck yeah.
But yeah, go find and watch Sully if you want to see a true, a real-life American disaster averted by the actions of one hero in a way that feels real. Because, I'll be honest, Clint Eastwood doesn't do the most real movies sometimes, but when he nails it, he nails it.
Yeah.
And for you, Dadley? Oh, I have to go to the Dapper suggestions on the fan server, where you can hang out with us anytime that we are.
I will say, in sincere, I've been so busy. And what sucks is, I'm in, a loop of, I just finished, last week we talked about the Mark Hoppus biography that I listened to and love. Yeah. I'm still listening to Mythos. It is dense. I like Mythos. That was recommended to me by Dippy. But oh my god, it's a hard book to just sit and listen to for a while. I haven't been consuming a whole lot. So my media pick this week is gonna be WrestleMania.
Hey,
sincerely, I will say this from the bottom of my heart, because I didn't watch Sunday night. I'm gonna go back and watch the matches I missed.
WrestleMania 41?
Yes. I'm going to go back and watch the matches I missed. The triple threat that main evented Saturday night's WrestleMania, because now it's a 2-night event. Fucking shit. CM Punk, Seth Rollins, and Roman Reigns. All Heyman guys, all going against each other. I've been a Heyman fan since I was a kid. More than anything, I grew up with WWE being very cool and awesome. And I grew up with all my friends. I want to be this wrestler and that wrestler. And this is my intro music. I wanted to be Heyman. I wanted to be the man behind the scenes, pulling the talent, telling the story. Wow. I also knew, while all my friends were still in the WWE. It's oh my god, it's so real.
I just double checked. You can watch Sully. It's on Max.
Ooh, fun. I know WrestleMania is on Peacock. I don't know what else it's on.
I will go to the Peacock link for it, and I will link it then.
I wanted to be Paul Heyman. Wanted to be the man behind the scenes. So that being said, watching a triple threat match of all guys that he has brought up. CM Punk started working with Heyman when he was a teenager. It was awesome to watch.
You keep saying Heyman. What does that mean?
Oh, okay. Paul Heyman is a wrestling promoter. He is the guy that created ECW before WWE bought it.
Sure.
ECW was Philadelphia's... Oh, my God. A mouse just ran by.
Whoa. I didn't see that. What are you talking about?
No, I have so many traps on this house. It's yeah.
I said that like I put the mouse there.
You did. Paul, the quickest history I can give.
Sure.
ECW was a Philadelphia wrestling federation.
Yeah.
Paul Heyman ran it.
Okay.
Paul Heyman is to this day a wrestling mastermind. He works creative in WWE, and people are just known as Heyman guys. CM Punk is a Heyman guy. Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns, obviously. Brock Lesnar was also a Heyman guy.
Was he really?
Just wrestlers that Heyman's like, no, they're going to make it big and helps promote them and whatnot. He is the quote unquote manager. I wanted that shit. Phenomenal ECW documentary about Paul Heyman on Peacock. I highly recommend if anyone likes the history of wrestling.
There you go.
So yeah, go watch that match. And while I'm talking about this, I'll do a second quick one, which is while I'm talking about this. The Iron Claw. If you like the WWE history, what a phenomenal movie. Heartbreaking, really good. Life advice.
I think you have recommended the Iron Claw before.
Yeah. Have you seen it yet?
I haven't.
I did. I think that's a movie that like right up your alley.
Sure.
Yeah.
So life advice. Just remember, your opinions don't change. As much as you think they do, they don't. Because Dadley could have won, what was the second stumbling block? $250,000?
Yeah.
If he had just remembered that a lobster roll is not a sandwich.
You say that. When I ranked him now, BLT over Patty Melt. And I didn't do that originally. So opinions change slightly.
And for you, Dadley?
My life advice is just don't forget. D stands for diuretic.
No, it doesn't. It stands for electric displacement. You failed
It stands
the
for
task
distance.
Again.
It stands for distance. D stands for distance, and that's all you need to know.
See, I love one thing I will say about how I built the game, and then we'll get out of here.
Yeah.
The $1 million question is always some out of left field, you have no fucking idea question, you know?
Yeah.
That has very loose relations to whatever the main topic of the board was.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what that question was. It was, the first $1 million question was about the Dapper Dans.
Yes.
So what should this one be about? And I was like, capital D. It's like, okay. A good idea, Brain. And I did it. So that's a second piece of life advice for you for free. The simplest solution is almost always the best one.
Yes.
So, tune in next week for Uno and Talkin', and until then, I've been Dippy.
I've been Dadley.
And until next time, you are a Dapper millionaire. No. I broke up the outro again. Your adventure matters.
Be dapper.
and I can't even do it.
And throw some dice.
Throw some dice. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Bye. Oh my god. Yeah,
we should raid.
Do we raid
Brett.
anyone? Oh,
I was gonna
Brett
say Brett's
streaming?
live. We should raid Brett. Yeah.
All right, stick around for a Brett raid. I almost typed in /just Brett. No. ETTT. There we go. Yep, there he is. All right, y'all have a good night, everybody. They're on the end screen, but they can hear us.
Throw some dice.
Be dapper. And throw some dice.
Be dapperly.
Act dapperly.
Wait, what is Brett's stream?
Is it on break right now? I feel like it's on break. Yeah, Momo just goes high Raiders. Yeah. There were 2 viewers that stream, and it was me and you.
It happens.
It happens. Brett popped in at one point. I think the most we had was 5.
Yeah.
Maybe. All right.